So for my first non-warm-up climb, we have this red V3. It's a pretty easy route to read. You just start off in the bottom right, go to the left, and then simply go up. Just like any other climbing advice, just go up. And it's a pretty easy thing to say, where to go. How to actually do it is a different story, and I will show you how difficult it can be, just like how I make any other climb, as we will soon witness. So we're approaching the most difficult part of the boulder, or what climbers call the crux of a boulder. And basically the last move, or the second to last move to get to the last jug, is just to throw yourself up there and grab it. But the way you have to do it is put a lot of pressure on your right foot to get as much friction as you can, and you won't be losing your feet off the wall and straining your upper body to do so. So engage the core and really push off that right foot, and you won't make the climb look as difficult as I make it look. Next up, we have this black V4, and it's pretty difficult to highlight since all the holds have chalk on them. But basically we start on this bottom right, traverse to the top left, and match our hands on that big pocket on the top left. This boulder is a lot trickier than it looks. It's because of the fact that you have to put yourself in good body positioning in order to get to the next hold, which is just basically like any other climb. Even though I make it look smooth, this is actually my second send for it, because my flash wasn't as clean as this one, and I wanted to make it look good. Gotta make at least one of climb look good. Am I right, guys? Am I right, guys? Am I right? Please tell me I'm right. This green V5 is the first V5 I've ever sent, so I'm really happy about that. It starts off with a down pull and crimp as the starting holds. These holds and the following ones suggest that the climber has to pull to the bottom right, and the weight has to follow suit. The crux of the whole thing is going to the next hold and transitioning between them, because the hold suggests that you have to pull to the left, which can be a very difficult transition. And it doesn't get any easier because you have to figure out how to stand up and start pressing into the top hold while keeping balance. I think this is my third or fourth attempt at this climb, and this is the furthest I ever gotten at that first move. And I was really happy and excited about it. So excited that I forgot what the next move after that was. I went with the left at first, and it didn't feel good, so I opted out to do my right hand, even though that felt way worse. So I went back to the left. Luckily enough, I was able to figure out how to use my feet and finally get up. At this point, nothing felt good, nothing felt nice, but it felt also like I was going the right direction because I was getting up there. I was able to utilize this foothold on the left side and find some balance to start pressing upward. I lost the foot and I couldn't find it again. From my vantage point, I couldn't see the foothold anymore, so I tried to find some balance and then finally press with the other hand and get a tap out. Nice! Up next is this overhang pink V3. It's pretty simple. You start from the bottom, go to the top like any other climb, and there's a lot of holds in between, so it must be easy, right? No! It's nowhere close to being easy, okay? All the holds suck, and there's nowhere to place your feet. Nowhere obvious way to place your feet. So you really have to read this beforehand. Did I do that? Hell no, buddy! At this point, I am very lost on where to place my feet exactly. I tried this little toe hook, but it doesn't set me up at all for the next move. So what I decided to do is cut feet, which seems very unnecessary and something a beginner climber would do for this climb because of the fact that there's so many holds. There should be a way to stabilize with your feet so your upper body isn't being utilized as much. So for instance, I used this toe hook to get to the last hold, but I started panicking since I lost feet unexpectedly, and while I was panicking, I was fighting for my life while there's these three guys just chilling, vibing out. I am just struggling to send this. So basically, I got to send it. So let's go! So we got this dynamic yellow V4 where unless you're vertically blessed, you have to jump off of this volume down here to get to the starting hold over yonder, and then finally top out at this pocket up here. It's a pretty straightforward climb, so I'm gonna let my climbing do the talking. Please tell me you love me. For my final boulder, we have this yellow V4 with a slight overhang, and I don't know what these holes on the bottom are called, but we start there, and then we go to the left, then we go back to the right, and then we go back to the left again to end with a Z-shaped route to go towards. And everything about this boulder screams my weakness. We have pockets, my weakness. We have slight overhang, my weakness. We have climbing in general, my weakness. Life in general, my weakness. And I'm about to showcase why all these elements are my weakness very shortly. But you know what? We're gonna work on our weaknesses today and struggle. That's it, we're just gonna struggle. Nothing else. Pretty sad, actually. So this is my first attempt at this boulder, or my flash go, and basically I get to the beginning part before the pockets pretty nicely, or decently at least, and the way I read it was to match this pocket before going up to the next hold, and that was wrong. The reason why I say it's wrong is because there's not enough room in the pocket to put both hands, so just go to the next hold immediately. After struggling with my feet for a bit, I was finally able to get my right hand up. Seems like a running theme during this climbing session where I just struggled with my feet. And the way I read it was just to lean so much to the left that I could grab into the hold, but no dice, brother! At this point, I'm willing to try anything, and it seems like screaming might be able to help me. As you can tell, that did not help. At the end of the session, I was able to meet this strong climber, and what she did was put her left foot into this pocket right here and use her hips to get to the next hold. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show the same strength as her. But that's how it goes sometimes. So, peace out, Girl Scouts. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.